let's touch on the contention of every gamer's nerves. Microtransactions.
Yeah.
People get really pissy when it comes to this topic. For some reason, I can't ever imagine why, but money seems to be a stickler for a lot of people. No clue.
Yeah.
I'd have a less problem if I had more of it.
Right.
Wouldn't that be it? Once again, most everything we talk about here, there's good and there's bad. But, okay. Without getting into anything specific, what do you guys think about microtransactions?
Boo.
You pay for the game. You should get what the game's got. You shouldn't have to do microtransactions. That's what I hate about, like, like free mobile games.
No. Yeah.
It's free, so you're paying to help support them by doing these microtransactions. But game you
should we amend that? Maybe not necessarily just microtransactions. What about spending a little bit of extra money besides the base game itself? How about that?
Why?
Like, I guess any kind of downloadable content.
Like DLCs.
DLCs, stuff like that.
If the DLCs are, good quality, then yeah, sure, fine.
Because there is a bit of a difference there. A microtransaction is usually the little small stuff, like $1 here, $1 there type things.
The stuff that they're going to nickel and dime you for,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Where some people consider macro transactions to be high dollar stuff. Good luck finding a point where micro turns to macro, because I don't think there really is one.
No.
Some people see $20 as a microtransaction. I see that as something more.
Yeah.
Depending on the game. That when you get into mobile gaming, that's a whole other thing that we'll probably touch on hard, because oh my god. But DLC, like downloadable content, that's just about everything in microtransactions. You pay for something and it gets downloaded. Mostly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So-
talking like, okay, expansions.
Expansions.
That's what I'm thinking when I'm thinking a DLC,
Mhm.
not a microtransaction of buying this one exclusive skin, because you can only get it by downloading it and paying for it.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I should clarify that we are talking about just more money besides the initial drop.
Okay,
So, thoughts in general.
depends.
That's fair. That's a very fair reply.
So, are we getting into the part where we can fully explain out, or are we still just kind of giving
Just a little bit,
a
because
little bit?
we just started. So let's. How about in a general overall sense? From you guys paying money for games and then having to pay maybe a little extra money, what's your experience? Overall positive, overall negative, or overall
It's a meh for me, because it depends on the game and the content, if it's really worth it.
As long as you know what you're getting, I've been pretty positive with, I guess, it's more half and half for me, I guess, because and we'll get more into this later. Certain DLCs, I feel like I've gotten my money out of, like more than what I've paid, and then there are other certain DLCs that feel like it's just another short little cash grab.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then some, yeah.
I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
The fact that for something like this, you can't really find a good, overwhelmingly positive answer.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would actually wager most of my experiences with money involving video games, as of late, has been more negative
I agree.
than positive.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's not to say that some positive things aren't coming.
Yeah.
But overall, I'd say, just in a general sense, negative.
Yeah, it depends on the company and their practices and what they do.
Yeah.
And I would say genre.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because there are certain genres that these days are very egregious, which I did some research on. So.
My research just constitutes of me looking through my shit and just being like, God damn it. So you know what? Let's start this off the way we should.
Okay.
Let's go good.
Okay.
Okay. This is probably going to involve more of things like expansions.
Yes.
DLCs, things like that. But we did write down a list of some good stuff that we've had before. So when we're talking about expansions, in my mind, we're talking about things that take the base game, and the base game is fine as it is.
Yeah.
You can play it, drop it, and you're done. An expansion, is something that either gives you more stuff to do with the game, maybe a new story, new levels, new gear, etc. Sorry if you hear a lawnmower in the back, my apologies. You know, life never stops.
Yep, not until we get a nice studio where we can do our stuff.
Yeah. So, you guys, pitch in. No.
Pitch in.
Support our non-existent Patreon. Send me money. No. I'm not going to be like that. But there are some good expansions in my mind out there. Once again, it's always going to come down to this. Borderlands.
Oh yeah, every Waylay anything is probably going to come back to Borderlands one way or another.
Yeah,
that's the base.
Yeah,
that's our base.
That's the base of Waylay. So
I never got the chance whenever I had Borderlands 1 because I was in college and I was poor. So I managed to get the base game, but the expansions were kind of expensive, and whenever they came out, I was struggling to make ends meet. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me how I got Borderlands. Oh, I know how I got Borderlands 2. It was a very nice and friendly roommate sitting 2 feet from me.
Yep, because I wanted somebody to fucking play with.
Yeah. So, but I never got to play the expansions for Borderlands 1, which is a shame because, I mean, it's not like I don't have access to them now. It's just...
never could go back to it.
It's harder to go back for me.
Oh yeah, because the mechanics and other stuff of that game is just... after you've played the new stuff, it's hard to go back.
I had that problem
Assassin's
with
Creed.
Assassin's
I played
Creed
1 again after playing the other ones. I'm just like, how did I do this?
I had to power through the first one because I played Assassin's Creed 2, and oh my god, the quality of life that they added. But that's
not here.
That's besides the point. But yeah, Borderlands, the first base game, was good as it was, obviously, because it spawned off an entire franchise.
Yeah.
But the first game was good. The expansions made it great.
Oh yeah, I heard many great things. Like, it made me want to go back and actually play the expansions because I heard all the because I actually got to play a little bit of Baja's Zombie Adventure on my own a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that was shipping out. It felt like Borderlands 2, to be honest.
See, that's what I heard, is the expansions were fucking great. I am sad I haven't gone and done them, but at the same time...
I mean, if we ever wanted to, we could.
Technically go back through.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of my problem. I'd have to go back through and play the entire first game to get there again.
Yeah.
Which, that's not bad, but as I've discovered when trying to do YouTube stuff, doing that is kind of fucking hard.
Yeah.
That's going to be another podcast I have in the works too. But moving on from that one to the ones we do know, Borderlands 2. Mm-hmm. Okay. That gave us, was it 4 expansions?
Yes, because we had Scarlet, we had Torgs,
Hammerlock, and then Tiny Tina. Okay, yeah. There was 4 major expansions. And on top of that, they came out with the Headhunter packs.
Yeah. I love the Headhunter packs.
Yeah, which were condensed little adventures. Mm-hmm. But they still... I know they were cheaper than the main expansions, but do you remember how much they were when they came out? Was it... I want to say it was around the $10 mark.
Yeah. It was not very expensive at all.
It was somewhere between 5 and 10, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's been too long.
It's been a long time since they came out. But they gave us 4 expansions. And they also gave you the option for a season pass, so you could get technically 1 for free.
Yeah.
The caveat to that, and that might be something we address too during this podcast, is it relied on a... Well, I guess not. I guess you could technically wait for all of them to come out to see what you think of them, and then get the season pass. Yeah. So, okay, that's not such a bad deal. But we'll talk about that in a bit too, the whole pre-order to get this thing, because that could be a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but no, Borderlands gave us... Borderlands 2 gave us, my bad, Scarlet, the pirate one, which I actually really loved.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun as hell.
Oh, the characters in that were just hilarious.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite expansions. Torg was actually my least favorite of the 4, but that's only an adventure. Yeah. In the story-wise and how it all goes.
Because it was because the other ones were just so amazing.
Yeah. But it did introduce one of my favorite characters ever in the series, Torg. Yep. So even then, it's not bad. I loved the Hammerlock one because of the scenery, because it gave us so much green stuff.
Oh yeah, the opposite of everything we had seen previously in the game.
Yeah, which is a lot of oranges, reds, and browns.
Lots of apocalyptic stuff.
Yeah, to have that forest, swampy green, and full of wildlife. And they were all themed, too.
Yep.
And they worked with their theme, and they embraced it and loved it. Like with Scarlet's, hunting for treasure, tracing down pirate quests, and getting cursed weapons.
Yep.
Shit was cool. With Torg, it was all about that Mad Max style arena.
Yeah.
Thunderdome?
Basically.
Thunderdome kind of thing going for it. And then when and they fully embraced this with all of these, and with the Hammerlock's Hunt.
Yeah, you're basically going on safari.
Yeah, you're going on safari. The story actually has very little to do with it, and the emphasis is on all the shit you have to go after.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
about
really
the hunting.
cool. Yeah. And then, of course, we can't address it without actually touching on Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep.
Oh.
Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers alert for all of this, okay? They handled this so much better than I thought. I thought it was just going to be, oh, look, fun. What else can we do? I don't know. What about tabletop gaming? Johnson, perfect.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I love that DLC just because tabletop gaming, it's one of my favorite things to do.
It gave us more Borderlands, but taking it completely out of the Borderlands realm. Mm-hmm. It changed a lot. The enemies actually fit into the setting. They weren't using guns like everything else. They were actual fucking fantasy creatures and shit.
Yeah.
They added in a lot for the same $20 price. Not only was this one longer, it just had so much more to it.
Oh, and expanded the characters.
Oh, yeah.
It was the continuation / conclusion of that particular little arc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the fact that you're going through, and this is how she's processing her life, it was fantastic. Okay, I still cry whenever we get to the end and Bloodwing comes out and saves everybody, and Roland's sitting there and she's just like, I know this. I'm getting fucking teary-eyed now. I was like, I know what happened. Okay, just let me have my story, please. And everyone's just like, okay. And even Mordecai, like, once again, my character. Mm-hmm. I'm okay. I promise. But that alone to me was $20. That was
well worth
so well spent.
Oh yeah, like I feel like I could have paid $30 and I would have been happy with that.
Yeah, like completely, absolutely. It was an amazing investment in my opinion. One of my favorite ones to replay through too.
I love playing that one.
I don't think Tales from the Borderlands had any, but the pre-sequel.
Yeah, the pre-sequel
also had some damn good ones. Especially, what was it, the Claptrap one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play through those ones either, because...
Oh, I did. And it was so many internet jokes, so many computer jokes. If you're a computer nerd or an internet nerd, you're going to fucking love it. Like, just like if you were a tabletop nerd for Tiny Tina, you're going to fucking love Claptraps inside.
Yeah, like, it looked good from what I saw, but that was at a point where I can't remember why we couldn't play it.
Wasn't Borderlands 3 about to come out and we just kind of
No, it was like
It's a long time, but it took us forever to get to doing
it. Yeah.
I think we just had a lot of stuff going on,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It's been a busy few years, but I think we were about to start it, but something just got in the way before we even started YouTube. But no, from what I heard, the DLCs for that were pretty good, especially the Claptrap one. The other ones were kind of there, but so far so good. I know we've only played through most of the first one for Borderlands 3.
Yeah. I did talk to Billy, and apparently we're about halfway through that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
not bad.
That's a big DLC.
Well, and see, that's the thing. A lot of the Borderlands ones have been.
Yeah,
they're full on stories. It's not like, just a couple of missions. Like, you go through this entire arc thing.
Yeah, like they're self-contained stories, but they're full-on stories.
Yeah.
And that's that's one of the reasons why I like it. $20 and you get a large chunk of extra loot, extra gear,
extra levels,
story, like a bunch of stuff.
Good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting something no matter what.
It's definitely worth the money.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say it's worth the money because the only person who can say what's worth it is the person spending it.
Okay, but in my opinion.
In your opinion.
In my opinion.
But Borderlands is a really good standard, in my opinion, when it comes to expansions, DLC, stuff like that.
In a positive light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, here's another one that I think... I haven't played through this one yet either. It's on my list. I might do gameplay of it sometime in my life on YouTube. The Witcher series. Mm-hmm. I have heard nothing but praise from the base game itself. And then one of their DLCs, at least Blood and Wine, got Game of the Year edition.
Yeah.
Or got Game of the Year.
Yeah.
An expansion got Game of the Year.
Yeah, not a full-on game, but an add-on for a game.
That's fucking amazing. Okay. And that's actually one of the reasons why I saw it, it's one of the reasons why I really want to play it. Because I saw the advertisements for Blood and Wine, and I thought, God damn, that looks cool. Why am I not playing that? I have the game sitting over there. I just haven't.
Never put it in.
Let's move on. Talk about one of our favorite games, especially me and Foxy.
Yes.
Ark.
I love it.
Because this game's got a lot of expansions.
Yeah, and
some of them
are free.
Really sour.
Oh, the center.
No. Scorched Earth.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh God!
Scorched Earth came out before the game was fully released, and people had a fit. You're brave saying that on the internet. But I do have to agree with you. People, you can take it or leave it, guys. Just so okay. So they charged you money for an expansion when the game was still in early access. However,
if you bought it, then you had it whenever it was full release. I mean, get over it. I'm sorry.
Technically, you're right. Okay, if you like it, you're gonna buy it. If not, you're not.
Exactly.
I don't give a.
And that's kind of the whole gamble of early access, because there's a couple of games I bought on early access on Steam that never panned out to anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew for a fact Ark was going to succeed because even in early access, it was way more successful than it had any right to be.
Yeah.
But then again, how many other dinosaur taming survival games are out there?
Actually, probably more than you would think.
Probably. But how many are good?
Yes.
I don't look for dinosaur games.
Me either. But I know there's a few out there, probably, more than likely, but if they fulfill anything like Ark does, well, let's just say Ark's still at the top for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, but it's still there for a reason. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So how many expansions have come out on that so far? There's Scorched Earth, Aberration.
The center, the...
paid expansions.
Oh. Well, I'm including
Genesis
all
paid?
expansions because, I mean...
Paid expansions, okay? Because shit you can get for free.
Okay. Aberration?
Okay, there was Scorched Earth, Aberration, Extinction.
And Genesis. And then
Genesis.
there's going to be Genesis 2.
Yeah. Is that it? Is there
Yeah.
only the 3 paid maps? Scorched Earth, Aberration, Extinction, Genesis. That's 4 so far.
Okay, 4. Plus the one that you originally paid for. But, yeah. So 4 maps.
What do you mean the one you originally paid for? You mean Ark?
Yeah, Ark itself. The Isle. But I know that's not
base
expansion.
game.
That's base game, sweetie.
Yeah, so 4 expansions.
Okay.
That you pay for. And then you get the Center, Ragnarok.
Valguero.
Yeah. Those,
And then they have another one coming out.
yeah, those 3 free. So it's going to be 4 and 4. Every one you pay for, you get a fucking free one.
Yeah.
So I find it very much worth it to invest the money into Ark. But that's just me.
Well, those free ones are also fan-made.
I don't care.
That's the cool part, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Because those aren't official wild card. Those
Yeah.
are somebody got a hold of the shit, made it themselves from scratch. Mm-hmm. And Wildcard was like, that's cool. Can we do that? Can we use it? Yeah, sure. I think that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But, okay. On the topic of Scorched Earth, what do you guys think about that kind of a practice?
Like releasing a DLC before it's even done.
A full release?
Well, like Shade was saying, it's a gamble if you're going to invest your money in that.
Yeah, but I think at that point that they were at, that you knew it was going to be... And again, buying something, like, it's always just like, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with releasing it because that's more content that you can show people. And if you are going to make sure that they keep it after the full game is released, then, what's the problem,
If you're going to play it and you're going to enjoy it anyway.
And once again, you already paid for it when it's full release. You have it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, like I said, it's a very big point of contention that really divided the ARC community. A lot of people didn't like the fact that Wildcard was like, hey, $20 for another expansion. Is the game not even out yet? I'm like, I'm with you guys. I was looking at it the way the game was. In that state, it was doing well.
Yeah.
It's not like people weren't playing ARC. A lot of people were fucking playing ARC.
oh yeah.
A lot of fucking people. And it was only growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's still obviously going and growing.
Yeah.
So at that point, is it that a bad thing? I don't think so.
I
think it was almost justified. At that point, ARC was basically just a game to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, it was pretty much, like, almost finalized, just...
They were
In my
working
opinion,
out the bugs.
Yeah.
For the most part, there's still glitches and bugs.
There's
but
always
that's-
going to be bugs.
that's
Okay, the
games
more
in
advanced
general.
games get, the more bugs are going to be.
Yeah.
Remember, like Bethesda says, they're not bugs, they're features.
Yeah. And when it comes to machinery, both virtual, digital, the more moving parts, the more likely it is to fuck up.
Yep.
That's why the most efficient tool in the world is a stick. Because the stick's going to do exactly what it do until it break.
Yeah.
So, it's just things like that. I had no problem with it, but I know people did. Okay, here's some that are... Well, no, these are still pretty good. Diablo.
I loved it, and it expanded on the world.
I think they only had like 2 expansions. Didn't it?
It was just Reaper of Souls.
There was Reaper of Souls, which also gave us the Crusader.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the Necromancer pack.
Yeah, but okay, that didn't expand on the world. That just gave you an extra character.
Yeah. So
world expansion, Reaper of Souls, an extra person that you pay a little more for, the Necromancer.
DLC.
Yeah, that's a smaller.
I guess we can add that onto the Borderlands 2. It's Gage and Krieg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of extra characters.
That's another question, is like, is it okay for games, and this is going to come in later, and whenever we're talking about fighting games, is it okay for them to be like, oh, well, here's an extra character, pay for it, that we didn't include in the original game?
That's going to be a matter of price.
Mm-hmm.
Something like, what was it? Gage and Krieg were something like $7.
Yeah, they weren't very much.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't think they went to the double digits as far as dollars went. I think they were around $7.
The Necromancer wasn't that much either.
But no, I think the Necromancer was about $7 too.
Yeah.
If memory serves me. But yeah, having a character like that, I feel like in an RPG setting like Diablo, Borderlands, where you have a lot of options and customization with gear and things like that, it can totally change up your play style. I feel like you can probably charge more and get away with it. Like, let's be fair here. Krieg offered something in Borderlands 2 that none of the other characters had.
Melee.
A god-awful amount of melee.
That's why I loved him.
Powerful melee at that.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that, that's fair to me. Gage, I felt probably could have been a little cheaper. She didn't offer too much more that the others didn't, except, well, no. She had a really high skill ceiling for her complex skills.
Yeah, she had 2 skill trees that were kind of like, okay, first-time players can use this. Then there was the Anarchy tree, which was like super hard to master.
Yeah. I remember
high
seeing
risk,
that.
high reward.
Yeah. A lot of management in that particular tree, if memory serves me right. I just couldn't get into Gage, so I didn't play her. Okay. Here we'll talk about a few more good things. Let's switch up the formula a little bit. How about something like Conan Exiles? Because this is another game kind of like Ark. Mm-hmm. Really fun to play, in my opinion. They offer DLC, but it's in the form of cosmetics.
Okay, it depends.
Bear in mind, Conan is also a PvP game. We don't play the PvP side, but it is a PvP game.
I know. Cosmetics, I have no problem with as long as you know what you're buying and what you're getting for your price. Like, it's got to be an equal thing. I don't have a problem with it because obviously we bought some of it because I like the way it looked and I want things to look the way I want it to.
Yeah. I want to say Conan. I think all of their stuff so far costs like $12, something like that.
Yeah.
New.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say new. Most of the prices I talk about are not like for sale prices. Keep that in mind. But yeah, $12 for new, and you get building material, so you can change the look of your buildings. You get armor. You get weapons. You get animal skins.
Stuff. Yeah.
You get different other kinds of like war paint.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and you maybe get a few extra things. That's just off the top of my head, you know. But everything major to the game comes free after the base purchase.
Yeah.
So like the horse riding thing, that was free.
Yeah.
Everything added in was free, and everybody has the same game-changing elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. Like, if you want this extra stuff, you pay it and you help to support them so they can keep giving the free stuff out and keep, instead of like, oh, well, you want to ride horses? Well, then you got to pay an extra $5. It's up to you whether you're going to give them that extra money or not.
Yeah, and I agree with Foxy on the cosmetic part of like, if they tell you exactly what you're getting and what the price is, you can decide whether that's worth it to you or not.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's much more fair, and I think a lot more people and companies are starting to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to see a bit of a decline in loot boxery.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, that's something.
A bit.
Yeah.
We're going to touch on that real soon.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of games that come out with free stuff like Stardew Valley, Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft. Like, that's no shit. Minecraft has been out for how long now?
Years.
And when it was new, it cost like $20.
Yeah.
Okay. I have not put any more money into Minecraft since that first initial purchase.
No, we've bought skins.
Fair, but that's because we weren't on PC and couldn't make our own.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, I mean, that's the thing to consider is like, you could make your skins free on Minecraft.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, on PC you could.
I've never played on PC.
Minecraft only lately has become a lot more monetized. But, on that same token, it's become monetized not to Minecraft or Mojang or Microsoft itself 100%, but to the people who create those realms, those worlds, those mods.
Yeah.
So
which I think is a cool thing.
Become a very big community ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's actually cooler. One of the coolest things to talk about on this fucking podcast is the fact that it brought together something super negative and said, you know what? You guys come in here, make what you want. And we'll sell it to you. You'll get a part of the profit. That's not to say that everything comes out, there's going to be gold.
No.
But, a couple more good ones here really quickly. Monster Hunter World.
I love their...
Monster Hunter World has been fucking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to expansions so far. You buy the base game, and they give you a year's worth of free new content.
Mm-hmm. You
don't have to pay for anything. The only thing you have to pay for, if you want it, is cosmetic shit.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Iceborne came out. Same thing. You buy the expansion, you get a year's worth of extra content.
Yeah,
that's added on to a massive base game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because you get, with Iceborne, you get a crap ton more monsters.
Yeah.
You get new weapons
and
new armor.
Yeah, the expansion itself is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, granted, that was a more expensive expansion. That was $40.
Yeah.
Brand new.
But
I feel like it had enough content to justify that.
Yeah, it gave you several new areas, a shitload of monsters, different play styles, different... See, and that's another thing, too. You got those extra play styles without having to buy the expansion.
Yeah, so the new features they've added, you can still use when fighting. Yeah, you don't get the new cool toys.
You don't get the new armor, you don't get the new weapons or locations, but...
Or monsters.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like,
that's pretty cool.
It's a fucking good model. I hope they continue it. It's become one of my favorite games, and I know we haven't done Iceborne, but damn.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
Props to them. Yeah. And
they're adding more monsters onto
Yeah.
Iceborne already.
yeah, another
like-
one just got announced. Alatrion.
Nice.
No. He sucks.
I don't know, I never caught him.
He's all elements.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And last one I have as far as good stuff goes. Well, the last two. But they're kind of similar. Sea of Thieves and No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Both of them had everything free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you did is pay for the pay.
Blech.
All you did is buy the base game. Okay, there you go. You buy the base game, and they've been adding on to it for free.
Yeah.
And let's be real, Sea of Thieves and No Man's Sky were both pretty damn bare bones
Yeah, when they first came
whenever
out.
it first came out. And I can tell you guys right now, I follow Sea of Thieves on Reddit in the forums, and there is so much shit in that game now that if we were to jump on today,
Wouldn't know what the heck is going on.
we'd be kind of lost.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel. Of course, Diego, come here. Of course, you can still do the same base stuff we always did. Hey, let's go. Yeah, let's go meow. Let's go.
Let's go get some treasure. Let's
kill some
go
skellies, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go troll around with some other pirates.
Yeah. Like, you can still do all that, but there's a lot that they've added. They've added in a story, kinda. Story missions.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot there. Holy cow.
And probably more that's going to come. Kind of like, I mean, GTA, you buy the base game and then you just download
Oh yeah,
it.
how did I forget GTA? Yeah, GTA does the same kind of thing. You get the base game and then
Everything is
yeah,
free download.
Kind
You
of
never have to
same
buy
with
another DLC.
Red
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
But all of their stuff comes from something that we'll probably touch on with the mobile aspect. Microtransactions, shark cards. That's
Yeah.
what's allowing them to stay afloat.
Yep.
Is little Timmy wanting the new toy
Yep.
and paying $60 for it.
Yep.
I have paid for one shark card. Just one.
Nope.
Because GTA had been out for fucking years at that point, and I was like, okay, you know what? That's fair. $20. It's yours. I'm okay with this. And that was like, that's for, God, how many years? GTA came out on the 360.
Yeah, I keep
Okay.
on forgetting how
Good
old certain things
lord.
are.
Yeah, that game's a lot older than you give it credit for.
Mm-hmm.
So $80 over 10 years? Almost?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
not
bad at all.
bad.
Especially compared to how much I've spent on Overwatch, but we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Sea of Thieves, No Man's Sky, GTA. Okay. Those three have added on so much, and all you technically had to do was pay for the base game and allow somebody else, Wales, to supply with the other stuff. No Man's Sky, I don't even know if they had microtransactions.
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
And Sea of Thieves didn't either until quite recently.
Yeah.
They added in the ability to buy a couple of cosmetic. Well, the entirety of Sea of Thieves is cosmetics,
Yeah.
but they added in a couple of like company cosmetics. Like there's a Banjo and Kazooie ship stuff you can buy. There's Ori and the Blind Forest. And then of course your animals,
Yeah.
your little pets.
Yeah.
So their stuff is strictly cosmetic.
Yeah. If you don't want to buy it, then you don't have to. It doesn't give you some kind of advantage in game.
It doesn't add or subtract from your experience.
Yeah.
Nope.
I did buy a parrot
Yeah, I know.
because I
remember.
love Sea of Thieves, and I wanted to support it.
Yeah.
But that's all I bought.
And you're a pirate,
Yeah.
so you need a parrot.
I need a parrot. I did not name it Gizzy. But No Man's Sky, you know, I'm thinking that doesn't have any. Not that I'm aware of. Everything that they've added has been free.
That's impressive.
That is because it's been out for a few years. And it's
Yeah.
gone through a lot of changes.
Yeah, it has.
And they're still getting new stuff. I mean, their new one just added living ships.
Really?
Like organic ships.
Wow.
And it's one of those games like I really kind of want to play more of. And I have to get into that bug that Shade gets every so often whenever he plays Minecraft, where he'll create a new world, see what's around that area, log out, create a new world, see what's around that area, log out, create a new world. I watched him do that about 5 times one night. He was like, "What are you doing?" I just want to see
See what's going on.
these new worlds, see
Yeah.
what I get spawned into. That's the kind of like thing I like
Mode
playing
you
No
have to be
Man's
in.
Sky for.
Yeah.
So where I'm just like, I want to see what new shit I'm going to get. What crazy fucking shit. But the fact that they've added in so much, despite the fact that people are like, yeah, well, they lied. I'm like, maybe. to a degree.
They definitely got too big for their britches.
They did.
But at the same time, if they're doing what you say that they're doing, then because I haven't checked in on it at all, but that could be a way to help fix it. Like, just keep adding on for free.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14
Yeah.
kind of had the same thing. They fucked up and botched up the initial release, and so the developers were like, okay, reset. But they also incorporated that into the story.
Yeah.
So everybody fought this giant ass battle that culminated in an apocalyptic scenario that restarted the world. Literally in game.
Wow.
It was pretty cool. I didn't play it, but story of our world. Yeah, that sounds cool, but I didn't play it.
Yeah.
Okay. On from the good, because we spent a lot of time, more time than I expected on the good, to the bad. All right, let's talk about some of the bads. Looking at our lists here, they're not as bad as I thought. I had Destiny written down, but they weren't great expansions. I thought they were kind of short.
That's my biggest problem with Destiny is the fact that you pay basically the same price, if not more, for them than you did the Borderlands ones, and it really felt like the story should have been longer for how epic they were trying to make it seem. But like literally, you maybe get like 3 or 4 missions.
I was about to say,
done.
wasn't it the Warmind one that had like 4 story missions?
Yeah, and then you were done.
And then they did the story, like, this is Destiny 2, by the way.
Yeah.
And then, like, they introduced the big baddie and, like, some fucking side dialogue that
Yeah.
wasn't even important.
Yeah.
You could easily just skip through it if you're not paying attention.
I hate it.
That was bad, okay? If I'm paying you $20 for you to give me more money, or for you to give me more game,
give me $20 worth.
Give me
Don't
$20
give me
fucking dollars
fucking
worth.
Yeah.
$10 worth and charge me $20 just because
don't
it's Destiny.
give me an elder worm of death and hive god in a side conversation. That thing needs to be introduced and explained in a cutscene or a mission,
Yeah.
or something a lot more than that, because we got to the end, and the only reason I knew about all this is because I was paying attention to somebody who said something about it. If they didn't know, I wouldn't have known. Because, like, that's bad. Okay, that's a bad way to do an expansion. If
Yeah.
it's something important, make it front and center. But you know what? Destiny has had some good ones. They've had some meh ones. King's Fall from Destiny 1
Yeah.
was actually a really good expansion. Like, there was a lot more to that one than any of the others, I think.
Yes.
To be honest, my biggest qualm about all of that is the fact that just you need multiple people, but that's not really another thing that's on the bad side of the company, because that's you get into that, like it's an MMORPG, so
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty much the whole thing from the beginning. It's just
Yeah.
I wonder if our idea of it would change if we actually had like a raiding group to fucking do
Probably.
stuff with.
I will say, because the raids in Destiny feel really good, but that's another podcast.
Yeah, that's
There are some couple here I've written down as far as bad expansions go. Dragon's Dogma had a good expansion, but bad implementation because you had to buy the game again.
all over again. Yeah.
Yeah. Far Cry Primal had probably one of the worst expansions I've ever seen, because they
Yeah.
had that mammoth.
Yeah, it didn't even... Like, I played it, and then Patrick was like, so how was that Mammoth DLC? I was like, what?
Yeah.
DLC? Like, I thought that was just like a little side thing you could do in the game. Because I bought the definitive edition or whatever it was, so
Yeah, that cost a fair little bit of money.
Yeah.
And it gave you fuck all.
Yeah.
Like, it gave you 3 really difficult, not difficult, but tedious.
Yeah, very tedious.
Very tedious missions, and didn't give you jack shit for a reward.
Yeah, no.
Like, it was just a funny little ha-ha moment, and that was it, and that pissed me off. And I can't remember why I have Fable 3 written here. Oh. And it's because I guess the Fable 3 expansions weren't great. They didn't
add anything.
They missed the opportunity to really touch on it, because in the desert there's that giant ass door, and they were going to do something with it,
and then
and they didn't. And we ended up getting like prison and an underground steampunk city. The steampunk city, both of those were really small expansions. I bought them because I really loved Fable, but those were not good examples of good expansions.
On the side on the Far Cry one, because other Far Cry games I thought had great DLC.
Yeah, we played through 5.
Yeah,
And
we played through the Vietnam one, which it was good. It was okay. Like the only reason we didn't finish that one, I think, was because of time constraints.
Time, and I think that was another. Oh yeah, we moved.
Yeah, but the other two were great. Like the Mars one was amazing. Like
I felt like a whole new game.
yeah, and it had a few problems, but we already went through that whenever we played it, so there's
Yeah.
no reason to try to go for that
Hurt.
again. And the zombie one was awesome.
The zombie one was fun.
Yeah, no, the zombie one was amazing. Just each one did what it was supposed to. Like all of them were like all new games almost.
Yeah.
And they did a really good job.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Okay. Yeah. So here's where we come to microtransactions, which means we're also going to have to come up to mobile gaming.
Yeah.
That's a whole can of worms in and of itself. That the more I see mobile games, the more it really just digs its fucking dagger into my side. But let's talk about some microtransactions. Shade, you had one you really wanted to address. I'll let you go first.
Is it the Overwatch one?
That one too.
Oh, the fighting games one, right?
Yeah. But start with Overwatch since you made mention of that twice now.
Okay, so I used to have a really bad problem about wanting cosmetics from Overwatch.
I think all of us
Yes.
did, because we had that thing of like, all right, well, I'll spend like $50
Yeah.
whenever new one came out.
Basically, buying the game, and not just the game, but me personally, I bought probably a lot more than I should have. And I would always, let me just put it this way, I always got all the costumes every time.
Yeah, because you would only get them open for this season, so you were like, okay, I really want this one. So we would shell over that money and gamble on the damn loot boxes and never get what we fucking wanted.
Yeah.
There's a word for that. It's called FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out.
Yeah.
And Overwatch, I believe, has gotten into some shit for it.
Oh yeah, wasn't there like some kind of like
Belgium.
legal actions over in Europe?
Belgium.
Yep.
They, you're not allowed to buy loot boxes in Belgium anymore, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, because it's technically gambling.
It is absolutely gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what you're getting when you put that money in?
Nope.
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 So it's gambling.
It's gambling.
Yep.
You could get...
That's easy.
That's Gizzy.
That's Gizzy and Jack. You could get fuck all, which before a certain update was quite possible. Because there was an update that they came into where it would stop giving you repeats.
Thank God.
But that's... We're talking about Overwatch.
I
How
know.
many redundant...
Now there's like thousands of
Yeah.
stuff because it's not like, oh, here's here's might have been a better way to do it. Like here's the skin loot boxes, here's the spray loot boxes, here's the voice loot boxes,
The lines and the emote.
I would say that
loot
might have been a better
boxes.
way to do it, but realistically speaking, who's paying for the sprays and the voice lines?
You're right.
Yeah,
You
no.
I mean, I could spend $5 and get skins that make me look cool and I don't got to worry about it, or I could spend $5 and get a voice line that I may use.
May.
I can tell you, I've played a fair bit of Overwatch, and the amount of voice lines I've heard is very, very
small.
minimal.
Yeah.
And the amount of sprays,
Everybody just sprays that front area right before you start, and that's about it.
That's
Then
about
after
it.
that,
Unless they're on the video or trolling or something.
yeah, that's about
Yeah.
the gist of it. And even then, most of those are ones you can unlock.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I agree with you, but from a business standpoint, no one's going to buy it. But that's part of the problem, too, is because you've got, maybe 35 skins per character?
Yeah.
And every character's got almost... they got a lot more sprays and a lot more voice lines than they do skins. Because that's maybe 30.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them don't have that. Most of them have like 10. And all the others can have easily 25 voice lines multiplied by however many characters. You start to get an idea.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
It's very overwhelming. And the fact that we would do that. And it
Yep.
was kind of one of those... I think that was one of our wake-up moments.
Yep.
Whenever we were younger and dumber, is we would realize, guys, you realize we've bought Overwatch about 4 times now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah.
It's not even like World of Warcraft where it's like a subscription fee or anything like that.
Yeah, we literally bought.
Just so we could try to get skins.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which doesn't change anything about the game except for cosmetic.
Nope. Which is why I like the way Conan does it, because you know exactly what you're paying for.
Well, I think that was one of the things, too, is I would look at that, and then I would look at something like Conan's model, where I'm just... Or, no, even Ark's model.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, I just spent $20 on Ark, and I got an entire fucking map.
Yep.
Okay. I spent $50 in Overwatch and got fuck all.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things where I was just like, well, this shit really fucking sucks. Like, at first I was just like, you know what? If they want it, they get it. But then it's just like comparisons. What can I get for $50 for this loot box, or what can I get for $50 just outright being like, I want this? Think about it. 2 loot boxes, or 2 rounds of loot boxes.
Yeah.
In Overwatch.
Yeah.
And how many of us got what we wanted?
Very rarely.
Very rarely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely.
I got some cool shit, but did I get anything I wanted?
No.
I could spend less than that, and I got 2 maps in Arc.
Yeah.
That gave me different dinos, different locations to explore,
boss
battles, notes, story,
tons
etc.
of gameplay.
Yeah.
Type of, just for an example.
I think Blizzard has been coming under fire for a lot of stuff like that, to be honest.
And I think Overwatch is toning back that stuff. Maybe for 2. I don't know.
We haven't been on Overwatch in so damn long.
Yeah.
I do know that Battlefront 2 from EA and DICE, the Star Wars game, that one was the one that really set fire to it all because they had pay-to-win loot boxes. The entire outcome of the game. No.
I know. I'm saying that's what mobile games do too. You pay to win.
Yeah.
Loot boxes.
Yeah. They had things where your unlocks would actually increase your power by large margins.
And that's the kind of stuff that really gets people pissed because then it's like,
was I outplayed or outgunned?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's something you had no control of.
Yep.
But Johnny on the spot, who just dropped $1,000 on this because fuck you, he win.
You win, yeah.
Okay. There could be an argument made there. A very stupid one, but one could be made about, well, he is the one putting in that much money. Maybe he deserves something. I did say it's a shitty argument. Please don't attack me. Okay. I do not agree with it. I think if you're going to have some kind of competition, you need to put everybody on as even a playing field as you can.
Yeah.
Let your actual skills be the determiner of the winner, not fucking, I paid more, so I'm going to win. That's dumb.
Yeah. We play games to get away from real life, not to
be exemplified of it. But okay, now those are just a couple of really good examples. Fighting games.
Yeah.
Before we get off track.
Because you think that's bad. You think Overwatch is bad about this. I found out that apparently. So before I get to the biggest offender, I'm just going to talk a little bit about like Mortal Kombat, Tekken. They're all doing this thing where it's like, we have new seasons where you get new characters, 3 new characters, and you have to pay a fee every time. It's like, you want these 3 new characters? Buy this season. Like, the latest one for Mortal Kombat is Spawn. And he looks really cool. He's got all this cool stuff. And in Tekken, they got new original characters, and they got new, just the idea of having to pay money for new characters. Which, I mean, in Borderlands we did that, but that also means that we get to play the entire game with a new character. We get new options, it's all kinds of new stuff.
And you can customize them the way you want them.
As opposed to a fighting game where literally the new character is just like maybe a new moveset that you'll learn in like a week. And you'll just use them on like the same stages, fighting the same people you've been fighting this whole time.
Yep.
And it might change the demographic. And again, fighting games are really in the PvP aspect right now. And they might introduce a new character that totally destroys the meta and makes a new one.
This isn't as fighting game, but Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Their very first DLC character was Joker. Which, if you ever go onto any Smash Brothers forums, oh man, do people have some shit to say about Joker.
Yeah.
He's fast, he hits hard, and you get him beat up enough, and he gets a big blue man who beats the shit out of anybody who dares get close to you. Okay, they gave him a super guard.
Yep.
They gave him arson, and they gave him the strongest counter reflect in the game. Not just a counter, not just a reflect, counter reflect. It reflects projectiles and counters, and it does the
A
most.
lot of damage.
Yeah, it has the highest damage increase and the highest knockback increase.
Damn.
Needless to say, a lot of people think he's really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he kind of is, because he's, like I said, he's also fast,
Yeah.
and his frame data is fucking nice. Compare him to all the other people in the game. He might be kind of worth a little bit of pretty punny, isn't he? Of course, this is also countered by the fact that Smash Brothers also brought out 4 more, who are all different types and such. So none of them really offer much more besides that. But in your example, fighting games, I have known there are some characters that have come out in fighting games before that are just
Douche.
bullshit.
Oh yeah. Like whenever I played the guy from Final Fantasy Road Trip,
Noctis.
in Tekken, after I downloaded him, I was just like, holy crap, could be dick.
Yeah. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah.
But give us an idea, price range. And what all you get with that.
Like, basically, you buy a season, you get 3 characters, maybe some stages. Like, I know, like, I did a lot of research on the biggest offender. I can't remember, because I didn't want to buy the Tekken.
Right. But, yeah. For a comparison, I could tell you, for Smash Brothers, I got all 5 DLC characters. But whenever you do get them, it's not just the character you get. You also get a stage, buttload of music, and the character itself.
So
And it's pretty cheap. Something like $7.
with the latest one, Season 3 Tekken Pass, $25. And you get, I know you get like 3 or 4 characters.
So $25, 3 or 4 characters.
And
Apparently includes some VR content, which who the fuck is playing Tekken in VR?
Oh god. And someone just pulls their helmet off and they're like walking around like, what's wrong with you? I got a concussion.
Okay, so you get 1, 2, 3. You get 3 characters, which one of those is a character that was already available on the previous Tekken, Ganryu, which is I believe the sumo guy.
Yeah.
So it's characters that were already previously in the series, and you're gonna have to pay to get them. Actually, there's 2 of those on there that are like that, because Zafina, the Egyptian chick that was on Tekken 5,
Yeah.
she actually is a DLC character, and that actually is something that pisses me off. In the fact that, like, I think Mortal Kombat does that too, in the fact that there's characters that you've played on the previous games, but if you want to play them again, like, so if you have your old favorite that was on a previous game, you're gonna have to pay to get them this time, which
is
That
dumb.
can rub the wrong way.
yeah. That rubs me the wrong way. You also get frame data display, so
Oh.
new stage,
One new stage?
yeah.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Oh, 4 characters, I guess.
4 characters.
So yeah, not nearly as much as you're getting with the other one. Now, we're getting kind of low on time here, so I'm gonna get...
No, we still got plenty.
Oh,
So we gotta edit
okay.
out a few things.
Yeah, we had a couple of those pauses.
But yeah. Getting to, though, the big offender who is doing something that Destiny actually kind of did. Remember the shaders? How in 1, you'd get the shader,
Oh yeah.
and you would get the shader, and you would put on the shader, and all your armor would
One color.
go into that shade.
Yeah.
Now in 2, it's like, oh, you can customize different pieces of your armor. Oh, cool! So we can do different combinations and shit. That's nice and customizable. Unfortunately, once you apply that shader to that piece of armor, it expends it.
Yep. So you have to
So you're
get-
basically buying a can of spray paint, psst, and then that spray paint is gone. So you have to throw it away and buy a new
That's
can of
still
spray
one
paint.
thing that pisses me off about Destiny 2. by
Oh
the
yeah.
way.
So Dead or Alive is the big perpetrator of this. The famous game of boob jiggles that no longer has boob jiggles. So
Bullshit.
Why are we playing it? Anyway, so to change your character's hair color, and it's not, oh, I buy a red. Let's say the character's original color is purple, and I want to change it to red. To change it to red, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with red. I want to change it back to purple. You have to pay $1 every time you change their color.
That's some horseshit.
Yeah, and that's literally just like, you like going through the menu and like switching between them. Like, okay, this looks better or this looks better. Yeah, you have to pay $1. Or later they tried to fix their problem and it didn't work. They're like, okay, you can pay this much. You can pay like, was it $1 for 10 tickets or was it $1 a ticket? Like it was something like still astronomical. I think it was like $1 a ticket or $1 for 10 tickets. Where every time you want to change your hair color, you can spend a ticket. So it's still the same thing. You're still paying every time to change their hair color. And Dead or Alive has over, I believe the one before this one that's on now has over $2,000 worth of DLC.
You know,
altogether, because you would look at Steam and it would tell you what all the DLC is altogether. And I believe the next one was either $5,000 or $10,000 worth of DLC, including characters, character packs, costumes, costume packs. Buying those costumes individually, buying those characters individually, buying stages, and just it was astronomical, and people were pissed.
Yeah, you know what? You told me, if I have to pay $1 in order to play some fucking change my virtual digital color character's hair color.
Oh yeah,
I'd be kind of miffed too.
Yeah, no.
But you know what? It's not the only game company that's done that. I've seen a few that have like character customization vouchers or tickets.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World actually has them, and you have to pay to get them. But that's one thing I kind of disagree with too. Like, let me change my character.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I want different things. Mm-hmm. That's all there is to it. Something as remedial as changing that, I don't think should be a big deal.
No.
But for some reason, I guess that's a big thing. People, this is on you, okay? Quit buying shit that allows this.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's really going to come down
to. And that's
to.
how we combat this is like,
Don't
they
buy
keep
it.
doing it because people keep buying it.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're paying $1 to change your hot digital girl's hair color, dude, like, no.
Save $1.
Yeah. Like, because I guarantee you the game company's not fucking hurting that much.
No.
For hair color vouchers. Okay? That's pretty shitty. I would be pissed too.
Yep.
Rightly so. Like, how dare you? Because this is something that we're talking about that doesn't really change anything. It's not like buying a full-on cosmetic.
Yeah.
Like, if you're buying a costume, I can get that. Mm-hmm. But that's provided it's not god-awful expensive as well.
Yeah.
Okay? If it's something like $20 for one costume, you're telling me you want me to pay a third of this game's price for that?
No.
No. $2. You're pushing it. Because that's 10%. No, wait, $2? That'd be 15? 5%. 5%.
Yeah,
that's
not
5% of the game, okay? The way my character looks is not 5% of the game.
No.
Okay? Think about it. I think my limit for costume shit like that is $1. Give or take. And that depends on the game and how much it is given else out to. Like Sea of Thieves, all cosmetic, right? Mm-hmm. I think the parrot was like $7 or something like that. But it's also a fully fledged skeleton with animation, interactability.
Yeah, you can take it in and out of the cage, have
and
run
it's
around
still
with
not
you,
horribly
and...
expensive,
No.
all things considered.
Yeah.
This is the
Jesus
DOA.
H. Christ. He's for reference, he's scrolling.
Yeah,
God.
and there was one in there. I was just like, that was like $31 somewhere.
Good
You're out your
Lord.
goddamn
For
gourd.
one...
Summer Breeze collection set, and this is all outfits. $24. Well, $25 is $24.99. So.
Yeah, $25.
See, this starts to go into that mobile gaming territory I was going to address.
Yep.
Mobile gaming is the absolute fucking worst.
Seaside Eden costume set, $31.
Good Lord.
Yeah, see, mobile gaming is the worst when it comes to shit like this. I get it. The game's free.
Yeah, they put the game out for free.
I've seen shit like that, like Smite. I can see that on my screen right now. That's a free-ass game. Phantasy Star Online 2, free. But they give you options to buy different things. My kicker is I don't know how many of you guys have checked out some mobile game options, but the prices for some of the shit that they offer is not ridiculous. It's downright fucking stupid. Okay? There's one game I played. It was just something stupid like knife throw, and you just tap your screen and it takes a knife and goes into a rotating wood block.
Yeah, and you gotta avoid the obstacle or whatever it is.
You avoid the knives that are already in there.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the gist of the game. That's all you did was and see how high you could go.
Yeah.
Okay? Those assholes had a weekly subscription for $7 goddamn a week.
What?
A week.
The fuck?
Okay? If you bought that, that's what? $28 for a subscription to a game that's literally just tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap.
Mm-hmm.
An arcade game, like a time waster. $28 a month. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And that's the sad part is, that's not the only game I've seen do it.
Yeah.
The sadder part is, that's not even the most expensive version of that I've seen. I saw one game, I can't even remember what it was, but it had a $13 a week subscription.
Good lord.
For an equally stupid, mundane, shitty fucking game.
At that point, I think it's just like people trying to trick kids who got their mom's phone.
That, I don't know. I really couldn't fucking say.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I'm just like, who the hell is doing this and why? And then, even then, on some of the more fair, quote-unquote, games, just some of the prices that they want for some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of games where it's just like, pay $100 and you get all this premium currency. And it's just like, I think it's cute you think your game's worth $100.
Yeah.
I worked hard on it, and I don't give a shit, okay? There's a lot of people who work hard at a lot of things. It doesn't mean what you're working on is worth a damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of $100.
Oh, God.
Actually, $92.99. So $93 for the entire, for the Dead or Alive 6 Season Pass 1 is $92.99. And you get 62 costumes, 2 new characters.
So 2 things that actually change your gameplay.
Yes. And 62 costumes.
That's it?
That's it.
What the fuck?
How much is the base game? I assume like 60.
I would assume so.
But yeah, you're gonna pay almost $100 for just some costumes and 2 characters? I don't fucking think so. That's not an equal exchange of your money for what you're getting in any way.
No, and like I said, that's going into mobile game. It's exactly the fucking mobile game shit. Like, you're getting diddly squat. And like,
paying astronomical amounts.
yeah, if you ever look at those mobile games too, that I just talked about, $100 for all this premium currency, if you take that premium currency and translate it directly into the most helpful thing you can get, like one of the games that I actually enjoy playing, they have really high packs for shit like that. But if you want to, and most of this stuff too, you have to remember, is random chance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting $100 worth of premium currency, so you could use this premium currency to buy random things.
Mm-hmm. You can't even pick which item you're getting. You get the loot chest aspect.
Okay. That's exactly it. Back to the loot boxes, okay? That's pretty fucking shitty. Like, holy shit. I think whenever I was looking at, well, like I said, one of my favorite games, Legend of Soulguard, by the way. I love that game because it's got a nice puzzle aspect, but whatever. Even for a game like that, I love it has that option to buy something for $100.
Yeah.
And then you use that fucking currency to buy your chests and stuff. You're only getting a chance, not even to unlock, to possibly not even unlock some of the stronger characters.
Mm-hmm. It's just a chance to get pieces that build you closer to unlocking a certain character.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's another hurdle to put you through so that you have to
Yes.
spend more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a hurdle to get this resource, so you can buy that. Well, now it's a hurdle to get and use
Enough
that
of the
resource for what you actually want.
Yeah.
It is predatory.
Yes.
100% predatory. It's to incentivize you doing everything you can to make you forget that they're selling you shit.
Yep.
Like,
So I did look it up, and there's a free version where you get 4 characters. for Dead or Alive.
Wow.
And then if you want all the characters at the same time, it's $60, so normal game price.
Yeah.
But
That's bad.
yeah.
That's literally somebody being like, hey, we can milk them.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Hey, let's milk them. Okay, I get it. It's a company first, profits first. I understand that.
It's so bad, but it's purpose.
But you're gonna deter your customers. Those who love what you're putting out are gonna be so enraged by you doing this to them and gouging them of every fucking penny you can get from them. Next time you come out again, they're like, well, I remember what happened with this last game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to fucking touch this game.
I know it's very popular on the internet to go, EA bad. But you know what? That company's fucking learning.
Yeah.
EA has put out some pretty decent shit for past couple years. Sure, they have FIFA, but I don't play those kinds of games, so it's not even on my radar.
Yeah.
But things like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I hate to say it, but Anthem is making its way back up.
It had good, fun gameplay.
Yeah.
Like what we did.
Well, they
play.
haven't charged anything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. All the stuff that's come out has been free.
Right. Because they're
And-
just like, oh, we screwed up, so.
And anything you can pay real money for, you know what you're paying for,
Yep.
and it's cosmetic only.
Yep, and that's kind of our rules here. Just like if you're wanting to charge people for something, tell them exactly what they're getting.
Tell them what it is.
Yep.
And don't-
make it cosmetic.
Yeah. Or if it is going to alter gameplay, make sure it's PvE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
not,
Borderlands.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. But I know it's going to be we're going to be skewered for that. But no. I support EA doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay. If I can pay for cosmetics that I actively want, fine.
Fine.
I don't have to pay for them though.
No.
That's the thing, and it's not going to affect my gameplay any.
No. It's just, do you want to look cool or not? Do you want to pay that extra money?
Yeah.
You can't.
But
Want. Not need. Want.
so
Or-
it's an option.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. In Anthem as well, they give you the option to work towards it with in-game currency.
Yeah.
So
That's
you can
pretty
have
cool.
instant gratification, or you can be like, I'll save up and wait for it to come back around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also neat in my opinion. Okay? Knock on EA all you want. There's at least one good example that they have. Okay?
It's like Parthenax said. Is it better to be born good or to be evil and then become good?
Oh, I'm just saying, I've seen the shit that Activision Blizzard have done. I've seen what EA's done. I've seen what every fucking mobile game in existence has done. And it's gotten to a point when I'm looking at my mobile games where I'm just like, you know what? Let me look up the paid fucking games, because then I know at least I'm not going to be bombarded every goddamn minute with, hey, buy this. Hey, seems like you've run out of energy. Why don't you pay $5?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No.
all the goddamn time. I will pay $15 for a good mobile game at this point, and not even feel bad for it. I've actually been thinking about downloading one of the Final Fantasies, because Lord knows I'm probably going to be out in the field soon with nothing to do. So, check. But, you know, don't. How dare you? Like, some of you game developers out there, how dare you? Because that's all I can think.
Yeah.
I hate looking at the store anymore. I really do, because I'm just like, the hardest game? Nope. No. Buy now, you get all this? Nope.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
It's all money, 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 money.
Yeah, there was one game on my actual console I was playing the other day that came up with that, and I was just like,
Really?
get the fuck out of here with this bullshit.
Like, I already paid for the goddamn game.
Yeah.
Don't bombard me for more money.
Well, yeah, especially if it's piddly shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's major, fine. But I will put it this way. Borderlands, and we actually had a stream where we had issues with it before. It does not bombard you with it. It says, hey, in this little corner, expansion's out. Buy and play it now. That's it. This little portion of screen, not even 10% of the screen, not even 5% of the screen, saying, hey, expansion's out. Buy it if you want to play it.
Yeah.
And even then, when you get into the game, it tells you where the mission starts, but it's not ever in your face, hey, buy this. You need this. I hate it. And that's why some of these microtransactions I really fucking come to despise, because they are predatory.
Yeah.
Just let me play my games, man.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would.
Like today when you can just put in your game and then, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Granted, now we can at least get updates and fixes for our games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like... There are things I love about the old days of gaming, but it's like things have gotten better in certain ways.
Yeah.
It's a give and take.
It's like I'm not against DLC.
I like life.
Like I like DLC and the fact that you can, if you love a game, you don't have to buy the entire new game again to have new content. You can have littler things and you pay a little, not as much for.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm hoping they do with the new Final Fantasy VII, because I know the new one's going to come out $60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to release it in chapters, but I'm hoping
That they don't.
that they don't charge full $60 for every chapter.
Because that would be. Oh my god.
That would be too much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you guys for listening in. We are the Waylay Tirade, and
We'll catch you guys next time.
see you in the next episode, guys.
Bye, guys.
Do stuff in the comments.
Fuck! You're right. We're not done yet. Thank you for reminding me, Shay.
I didn't want to stop your tirade, so.
Yeah. If there's anything that you guys think we missed, or you would like to talk about as well,
Or are enraged by and want to, exercise your fingers.
throw your rant into the fucking comments. Or if there's something you want to hear us rant about, please
Comment.
leave a comment below. Like and subscribe.
Shut
We
up.
are the Waylay Brigade, and
We'll catch you guys next time.
put something in the comments.
If you would like more podcasts, please insert $2.